The Indianapolis Colts were on the wrong end of one of the biggest chokes in recent memory in 2021 when a Week 18 loss as a 14-point favorite versus the lowly Jaguars cost them a spot in the playoffs. As a result, the team couldn't wait to drive Carson Wentz to the airport, and they brought in Matt Ryan to hopefully bring a little bit of stability to the position. So let's take a look at the Colts' futures odds for 2022, and I will give you my favorite Colts-related bet. Okay, so if you're looking to place a futures bet this season, make sure you're using the futures odds comparison tool over at VegasInsider.com. Get the best bang for your buck out there. Okay, so take a look at the Colts here. They're 25-1 to win the Super Bowl, 12-1 to win the AFC. They are favored to win the AFC South at -130, and they have an over-under win total coming in at 10. So I'm not as high on the Colts as a lot of people, but I would be really surprised if this team doesn't get into the playoffs. And that mainly has to do with the fact that they play in the NFL's softest division, where I think they'll most likely go 5-1 against divisional opponents. You know, there's a few question marks about this team in terms of how they'll perform against the other top tier teams within the conference, but they are a pretty well-rounded team. And one thing that I don't think is a question mark is the upgrade they made at quarterback, bringing Matt Ryan in to replace Carson Wentz, who they couldn't wait to drive to the airport, right? And I think the biggest beneficiary of this will be the team's number one receiver, Michael Pittman Jr. I'm going to take him to go over his receiving yard total of 1,025.5. So in his sophomore season, playing with Carson Wentz, Pittman more than doubled his receptions and his yards, and I think another jump in production will be in store with an actual gunslinger back there throwing him the football. Matt Ryan is a much more accurate quarterback than Carson Wentz, who never really had the trust of the Colts' coaching staff. And I think the addition of Ryan is what it will take to put Pittman over the top and make this guy an actual star. And here's the thing with this number, 1,025.5. It's not an outlandish number by any means. We saw 24 players go over this number in 2021. So we'll keep our fingers crossed and we'll hope that Pittman Jr. and Matt Ryan both stay healthy. And this is a bet that I absolutely love for 2022. So there you have it. A little mini preview for the Colts here coming into 2022. Hit up the comment section right down there. Let me know what your outlook is for the Colts for the upcoming season. I hope we'll have a preview like this for every single team leading up to kickoff the 2022 NFL season. Keep it locked right here on the Vegas Insider YouTube page. Woo!